And I know you think I'm going to keep ticking, but no, my friend, I can quit whenever I want. Why can't we get back to the good times when we were more active and ate more healthy foods and you checked on me every once in a while? Is that too much to ask? I don't want to leave, but unless you stop ignoring me, what else am I supposed to do? Remember, when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Doing the minimum to control your high blood pressure isn't doing enough. High blood pressure can lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get your blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late. Find out how at heart.org/blood pressure. Check, change, control. A message from the American Heart Association, the American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jason Derulo. I love that music connects to people all over the country. But unfortunately, so does something else. Childhood hunger. 15 million kids struggle with hunger right here in America. And yet, every year, billions of pounds of surplus food in the U.S. go to waste instead of going to the children in need. Feeding America is working to change this. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks rescues this surplus of food to help provide meals to families in virtually every community in the United States, including yours. But they just can't do this alone. Join me in the fight against hunger in America. For more information on what you can do to get involved, visit feedingamerica.org. That's feedingamerica.org. Together we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey everyone. Let's all stop what we're doing right now and take a moment. That felt good, huh? Just like that, we had a nice special sort of moment together. Of course, they don't all need to be quiet moments to be special. They could be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count. Because every time dads like us take a moment like that to spend with our kids, well, it's pretty momentous. Sounds like somebody agrees. So let's take a moment to make a moment. Today, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk-adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC, annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Beef fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Cold Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-60. That's 516-381-9660.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/L. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Cause that's the bottom line. The Stone Cold Sepsa.
Everybody dies.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it. Woo! Yes, What the rock is cooking.
Now, welcome to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday, and if you are a wrestling fan, then this is the show for you. Welcome to a show where we talk all things wrestling on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Welcome to Off the Mat. I'm Alex Slows, and with me is Lyle Gillen up in Long Island, New York. How's it going, Lyle?
I was doing great, and then you messed up. It's on Long Island, Alex. Always on. Come on. You know this. Stevie can tell you. Josh will tell you. Even though I think he's in because he's kind of like from Queens, so he's a fake Long Islander. But no, it's on Long Island. Up on Long Island.
Well, speaking of Josh, Josh is currently on vacation, but I'm sure he'll call in and tune into the show. We hope he has a safe and relaxing vacation for sure. But before we do our normal show routine, we need to address the passing of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, who passed away yesterday. And my hearts and our hearts go out to his family, and our prayers are with his family and friends at this difficult time. So let's take a 30-second moment of silence for Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Thank you. Stick with us here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network for an awesome show. But before we get started, we have to do our daily routine, our show ritual, and that's tell our listeners and followers how they can tune in and where they can access all of our shows on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We have a variety of shows you can listen into. The Sports Loudmouths, we got with Errol Marks, Speedy Petey, and Josh Silverberg, the Ryan Hickey Show, Sports Millionaires, and so much more. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Off the Mat WWSRN, and follow me and Lyle on our personal Twitters. Mine is at Show Slows, and Lyle's Twitter is at LyleOTM. Also, download the WWSRN app. It is absolutely free, and you can access any of our shows and check out all the articles written by show hosts, as well as get all the shows with a push of a button. You can download the app in Google Play or in the Apple App Store. And I highly recommend downloading this app because you can listen on the go and you won't have to watch by video if you're on the road. If you have any questions or topics during the show, you can leave comments below on Facebook Live, on a recent Twitter post at Off the Mat WWSRN. But before we get into the first, let's get into the first topic, and it's time to talk about the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So, Lyle, I got to get your thoughts on this, and this is to me, this card, I would give it a solid. Ooh, this is going to be different. 7.5 out of 10 for this card. But there is one match that I'm really, really looking forward to, and that is Roman Reigns versus Edge. And I want to get your thoughts on that match. Do you think this match is WrestleMania worthy? Is this a WrestleMania type match to you?
I would definitely say it is. Because we had a triple threat with Bryan at Mania when it was supposed to be just Edge and Roman, and now we finally get that match. But I don't know. That match at WrestleMania was very good. I don't know if it'll be WrestleMania quality, but headlining a pay-per-view is definitely a WrestleMania caliber headline.
I can definitely agree with you on that. To me, I can see Roman Reigns going over in this match. As much as I want Edge to win, I don't think they're going to hand him the Universal Championship title right away. I think they're going to put some momentum and build up on this feud between Roman Reigns and Edge. And something tells me someone or something could get involved in this matchup. Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm very, very intrigued to see how this Universal Championship match goes. The other matches we have on the card are the WWE Championship match, Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston. Now, Kofi has a lot of experience. We saw him win the WWE Championship last year or the year before, and I definitely think he has a chance to beat Bobby Lashley. He has a 50-50 chance of beating him, because Bobby Lashley is very skilled in the ring. He has an MMA background. He's competed in Bellator. So Kofi is going to have to keep his eye on the ball at all times in the ring.
I think it's just a filler pay-per-view. Kofi's not going to be winning.
No, he's not.
Filler match. Filler match.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be beating Bobby Lashley. The rumor is still Brock versus Lashley. However, I have heard that talks might have fallen through for now, but I still want to bring Brock back. Generally, when those rumors come out, Brock comes back. So I never guess and speculate when it comes to Brock Lesnar, because whenever I do, I'm wrong.
I was very confused by that, because at first WWE did mention they were going to have Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, and then the rumors, the confirmation of this just dropped off.
Well, I don't think they ever actually confirmed it themselves. I think it was just a rumor. It was never confirmed by WWE. It was never said by WWE. They never announced the match. But it was interesting because Paul Heyman said that in an interview that when Brock comes back, and Brock will come back when Brock wants to come back, he said he will have to burn the bridge. Now, there are multiple ways you can interpret that. You can interpret that as, does he want to burn Roman Reigns' bridge?
Does he want to burn Brock Lesnar's bridge?
Now, in my opinion, it'll be the Roman Reigns bridge. If you think about it, Roman's going to come back with a crowd, and he's going to be over.
Absolutely. He's going to be by far extremely over. Just, you've seen everything that Roman Reigns has come up to, how far he's come along as a heel. I mean, I remember promos from 2014, 2015, where he wasn't adding enough energy. Like something was missing there. Some bits and pieces were missing from Roman Reigns and his promos. And now we're starting to see that in full effect.
Now, Brock Lesnar has never been greatest on the mic. So if Paul Heyman does burn the bridge with Brock, Brock's going to have nobody or somebody new. And I don't think that's something that they want to be comfortable with doing, because when Roman finally does beat Brock, which that's what I think they want to set up, Brock versus Roman, it just one more guy to put over Roman Reigns. I think it will happen eventually. They did it with CM Punk and Brock. I don't see why they wouldn't do that. They're trying to make Roman look as strong as possible. And that's too obvious of something for me. So I think down the road that we could definitely see that happening. And I think it's not something that would work if you have Brock Lesnar by himself with no mouthpiece.
I agree. Brock Lesnar does need somebody in his corner, somebody who's going to add fuel and fire to his entrances, somebody that's going to put him over in these type of matches. And I think with Brock Lesnar not having somebody in his corner, it diminishes that.
It definitely does. Unless they just do he says nothing and just destroys everything gimmick, which we've seen before. I don't think he specifically has done that. I know Paul Heyman turned on him his first run with WWE and joined RVD. I don't know if that they're going to really want to risk that again, because last time it didn't go over very well. So I just have a lot of doubt that they would have Paul Heyman not be with Brock Lesnar. It's something we've seen before, something we all know hasn't worked in the past. So whenever Brock does come back, I expect it to be with Paul Heyman.
Absolutely. So the next thing on the card for the Money in the Bank is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Riddle, Ricochet, John Morrison, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Nakamura, and Seth Rollins have all been confirmed for this ladder match. And fun fact, since the first Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania 21, there have been 24 individual winners and 20 successful cash-ins, giving Money in the Bank winners a 83% success rate. So what are your thoughts on that, Lyle?
First off, wasn't John Cena the first person to not successfully cash in?
I think so. It might have been.
I find that kind of funny. Now that's a fun fact. That's a fun fact, Alex.
83% success rate, though. That's pretty intriguing. I could see. Yeah. I could agree with that percentage and see why it's at that percentage. Not many people have been able to successfully cash in at the right time.
Say the men's participants one more time for me, please.
Matt Riddle, Ricochet, John Morrison, Drew McIntyre, Big E, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Seth Rollins.
Okay. If you've been following the show, you know who I want it to be. I want Kevin Steen to win it. He needs it.
Kevin Steen does need it.
I think not necessarily that he needs it, but SmackDown needs it. SmackDown needs a real face. They have a lot of good heels. They don't have a really good face.
No, they don't.
And I think Owens, Steen, depending on how long you watched him, you call him whatever the hell you want. I think Steen would be an amazing face. He's over as hell when he was facing Roman in the past. I think that's 100% who it should be. I could picture them giving it to Nakamura. I think that would go over very well too. Either of those two guys would be a good choice in my opinion.
I agree. They need to give somebody a new face, a fresh face, a chance with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, Seth Rollins has already done it. I don't see why they need to give it to Seth Rollins, other than
he's another heel though.
Yeah,
so that doesn't do much. You're gonna have him take the Money in the Bank, and then turn or then come out and take the belt eventually in the future. Or Roman, who's another heel.
Yeah, I
don't know. I feel like
think
it's a little
they need to
awkward.
do that. Absolutely not. I think they need to give it to somebody newer and someone who has not won the Money in the Bank briefcase yet. They need to do that. And I think
everybody in this ladder have matches that won it before.
I think Kevin Owens is the best choice next to Nakamura, but we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be interesting to see who this match comes down to. And I think the three that are going to be on the ladder in the last couple minutes of this match are going to be Kevin Owens, Nakamura, and Seth Rollins. I could see that happening.
I think that would be cool. But like I said, I don't think Seth is the right man.
No, Seth is not going to win the ladder match. As much as I like Seth Rollins and his heel persona and how much he's evolved over the years, I don't think he's the one to win.
He's not. He doesn't feel the biggest need. Both shows need a big face. They do. SmackDown needs a big face. They need someone to go up against Roman. Now, Steen/Owens did a great job with that. And I was against that ending. If you remember back before WrestleMania, I said it should be Owens facing Roman. That was a hot storyline. That was great.
Yeah,
and they kind of just ended it. I think that would have been a great moment to have him beat Roman, but it was not to happen.
It was not. It was not to pass.
Now I'm not a big Drew Galloway fan. Drew McIntyre, sorry. And I don't know. There's just something about him. I find him very monotone, very not entertaining. I feel like you can get away with him as champion when there's no crowd. But when there's a crowd, I don't think he's going to be able to really get over with a full arena. He doesn't have a personality to me.
To me, I think he has a personality, but it just needs more work. It needs more. It needs more tension, more fire, more.
Why do you think he has personality? What has he done to make you think that?
I just seen like some promos with him where he's gotten just like he's put all of his energy and momentum into these promos.
But he does. But at the end of the day, he's still very. I don't know. It's just dull to me. There's something about him. Great in the ring. But he needs something else, in my opinion.
And then one of the other matches that has been added for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view is the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Asuka, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Selena Vega, Liv Morgan, Natalya, and one to be determined. Now, the rumor is Sonya Deville may have been penciled in for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And she has not wrestled since SummerSlam of last year, where she lost a loser leaves WWE match to Mandy Rose. So it would be interesting.
You know what happened with that, right?
Yeah. There was a stalker and all that.
We won't bring it up.
We're not going to.
Everybody else knows about it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth talking about. But I just think it would be cool to see her back in the ring and competing with live crowds and having live crowds back. Maybe that will cause Sonya Deville to put her hair up and square up once again. But we'll see. Or maybe they'll just go a different route, keep her in the managerial role on SmackDown, and add a surprise entrant into this Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
I think it's going to be Becky.
Yeah, it could be Becky because
there are rumors that there's going to be a giant surprise at this event or something big to happen. The only one I think that could logically be
is Becky Lynch.
Because if I'm basing this off of the rumors, you're not hearing much about Becky right now.
No, you're not.
Only when that happens, then they come back. Now, Brock Lesnar, you're hearing a lot about. John Cena, you're hearing a lot about. But now everyone's expecting John Cena or Brock Lesnar, in my opinion. People are kind of forgetting about Becky.
Yeah.
People are thinking, oh, well, Brock Lesnar's going to come out and do something, and that's going to set up something at SummerSlam. John Cena's going to come out, and first show back, going to set something up at SummerSlam. Wouldn't it be better to do that the shows after? Because
it would be better just to do all that afterwards.
That's what AEW did twice. Did that with FTR. Did that with Andrade. People expected a big giant debuts at the pay-per-views just before that, and they came out afterwards, and it was big moments. Now, that's why I'm not saying Becky Lynch isn't a big debut or big return. It's just everybody's expecting somebody else. Now, I'm not saying that nobody is expecting Becky Lynch. I'm saying that there are most people that I see talking about this are expecting Brock or John Cena to come back at this event and not Becky. So that's why I'm picking her.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I want to have Becky Lynch come back and be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. That'd be a big start for her once again back into the squared circle if she wins the Money in the Bank ladder match. And it could go either way. And I'm really excited for this Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Now, do I think it's going to beat every Money in the Bank pay-per-view? No. There's some good Money in the Bank pay-per-views. There are some bad ones.
Now, nothing will top the Money in the Bank with John Cena versus CM Punk.
No, nothing's topping that.
Nothing tops that.
No way.
But I think this will definitely give it a run for its money. It's the first event back with a crowd. I think it's going to be a hot crowd. I think WWE, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I really believe they're going to do everything in their power to put on a great show. I really hope they do.
I really hope they do. Just the one thing I worry about is them missing the boat on the Roman Reigns versus Edge match. They have to do it the right way. They have to book it right down the middle and make sure that the fans like it, the fans are intrigued, the fans are into the match, and that they are glued to their screen, and that this pay-per-view gets a good rating and a good balance between AEW Dynamite and NXT.
Now, this is where I think WWE would greatly need, or I'm trying to think of the right word, they would succeed if they had the option for a draw, like AEW, like New Japan does. Because if you look how Kenny Omega had his story with Okada, first time he lost, second time. Was it the second time or the third time that he had the draw?
It might have been the third.
I think it was the third, right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't want to say it and be wrong, but he had that draw. It made him look like he's just getting there. So you really think about it, I think this would be a great opportunity if they had that to use a draw, but they don't, unfortunately. So you have the draw just before this, and then at SummerSlam, not SummerSlam, sorry, Survivor Series, maybe Royal Rumble, you have Edge win. And that's a bigger moment. And I think that would be a great story to tell. But unfortunately, with their rules, they don't offer the draw.
No, they don't. And you've mentioned this before multiple times on the show, Lyle. WWE has a formula they go by. They have this certain formula. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time we've seen it destroy events, Monday Night Raw events, SmackDown
Their
events.
formula is 1985.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's their formula. It's okay, what worked in 1985? We'll do it now.
It's outdated. It's expired.
Yeah, but which is sad because you see what the company can do with some of the talent they have in NXT. And then they go to the main roster and they're completely shit to bed. Yeah. I don't understand it. I can't comprehend it. I never will be able to.
And that's one of the things I worry about with Shotzi Blackheart, because they were talking about, because they had her on SmackDown or Raw, one of the shows this week.
SmackDown.
Yeah, it was SmackDown.
Now, I want your opinion on this, and I've said it multiple times about NXT, how they have a formula that's not meant for TV. Mm-hmm. Where you build guys up and then you give them to the main roster on another day to go elsewhere. I don't think that's a very good strategy. I don't think it's a long-term successful strategy for the NXT show. For the WWE brand, it is. For the NXT show, it is not. And now, What do you think about them taking 3 stars? Tony Storm, Shotzi Blackheart, and then not Dakota Kai.
She just returned.
Tegan Knox.
Yeah,
and taking them all and putting them on SmackDown. You're taking 3 stars, moving them out of your NXT brand when you had a very strong women's division. So I definitely think it's still good. It's just it's gonna take them a bit to rebuild 3 talent.
there's two sides to the coin on that. For NXT, when they had a solid women's roster and a women's division, and taking those 3 out of the women's roster on NXT, it's going to cause the NXT women's division to flop a little bit. I mean, the women that are there now are going to have to work much harder, much greater to make sure that the show is successful and make sure that every Wednesday gets a good rating, and somewhere in between where the show can stay structured and stay on the right path. So seeing them moved up to SmackDown, I'm kind of worried about that. I feel like they're going to go a route where they're only going to successfully push one of them, and the other 2 they're just going to get rid of and flop.
Now, I'm a big Shotzi Blackheart fan. I think she's great. I would love to see her succeed on SmackDown, but I think SmackDown has a very large women's roster compared to Raw.
Yeah, they do. They have
they just took 3 talent, put them onto SmackDown, a 2-hour show, where you need to fill a 3-hour show of Raw that is dog shit and make it better from 8:01 to 10:59. You got to fill all 3 hours of that. I just don't understand why they took all 3 and put them on SmackDown. I don't see that. I think they should have maybe 2 on SmackDown. I think ideal 2 on Raw, 1 on SmackDown, but it shows that Vince doesn't run SmackDown. Someone else does.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who might have a different vision for and more want to make the women more of a focal point. Raw is more of a male-dominated show compared to SmackDown, which will have a lot of female matches, but they're like 2 minutes long.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If they have 2-minute long SmackDown matches, what does that do for Shotzi Blackheart's career?
Nothing.
It does nothing for her. And that's what I worry about. Like, this woman is so talented. I mean, she's done everything with WWN. She's done with the World Wrestling Network and Evolve, when Evolve was around and before they got bought out by WWE. And she's had so much success on NXT. So I'm just worried about that. I don't know what the situation is or what they're going to do with her or what WWE's plan is for her. But I think if they move her to SmackDown, it's just going to be not good. It could damage her career.
Listen, and I'm going to give Josh credit for the first time in my entire life. He just said something smart for once. You know, I got to give him credit. Give credit where it's due. He said that the reason why EC3 didn't succeed in NXT, I believe he said it was EC3. Because remember that show when he debuted? You had Ricochet?
Mm-hmm.
No, he said it was either Austin Aries or EC3. Speedy. You had Austin Aries, EC3, and Ricochet debut all on one takeover. And EC3 and Austin Aries, they ended up not doing much. Austin Aries did more than EC3, but EC3 didn't do much of anything. One of them you're kind of forgotten about. They got lost in the shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think it's going to be Tegan Knox. Shotzi has if you think about people who are successful on the main roster, they have something about them that differentiates them from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Toni Storm and Shotzi Blackheart have that. Shotzi has that tank. You know, that's very marketable for them. They could easily do stuff with that. Toni Storm, well, She's blonde, she's attractive, she's good in the ring. And she has a great personality. She comes out, she's electrifying. You could tell it's her. She has a great look. She's money. There's something that they have that I feel Tegan Nox is lacking, not talent-wise, not anything. It's just something about her character. It's just the other two were able to market themselves in a way that the main roster can make money off of you. And if they can make money off of you, that's when they push you.
Absolutely. If they can profit from these two women and how much they put into these events and matches and pay-per-views and the daily wrestling schedule, then it's full circle for everybody. It's money for everybody. It works out for everyone.
It is.
But yeah, I agree with you on Tegan Nox, and I don't know what's going to happen with her, and I like Tegan Nox. I like her story and how she got into NXT and how she was able to perform and how she had been performing before her injury. But I think when she got injured, it kind of knocked her off the pedestal a bit.
Yeah, I agree. You know, that happens in look at what happened with Austin in the Attitude Era. He hurt his neck when he was on fire. He was over as hell, but instead of him leaving TV and not coming back, he was still on every week. And it happens sometimes. You look at Kenny Omega right now. He's injured.
But he's
wrestling injured. Exactly. When you leave, when you are over, someone else can get your spot. And unfortunately, that is a fear of a lot of guys, and they're afraid that they're going to lose their spot and then come back and not be where they were. It's all about ego.
So that could be the fear for Tegan Nox's career. Well,
I don't think she lost her spot.
I don't think she lost her spot.
She came back and went to the main roster. That's an upgrade.
Yeah. I'm just afraid what WWE is going to do with her angle-wise and storyline-wise.
Well, didn't she return on NXT on Great American Bash, which we are going to talk about? So she might not be going there permanently just yet, but it's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Because NXT is not traveling. SmackDown is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they recorded some stuff, but now NXT has a crowd in the Capitol Wrestling Center. So I don't know where exactly they're going to go. Maybe she was just there to interrupt that tag match. I don't know. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see where she goes.
Absolutely. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll get into NXT, Great American Bash, and Major League Wrestling. That is all here on Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Do current market conditions have you nervous? Our experienced team of financial professionals at Heritage Harbor Financial Associates understands that no two investors are alike. We all have different goals, needs, and appetites for risk. That's why the one-size-fits-all approach does not work, especially when planning for retirement. At Heritage Harbor Financial Associates, we analyze your unique investment style so that you can work toward your individual retirement goals on your terms. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates can help you take steps to reach your retirement goals by providing a wide array of financial products to fit your needs, even for the risk adverse. Give us a call at 631-331-6599 to learn more or to set up an appointment with one of our financial professionals. You can also find us on the web at hhfa.org or on Facebook at facebook.com/hhfa.org. Our number again is 631-331-6599. That's 631-331-6599. Investments in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and variable annuities are not FDIC insured and are subject to fluctuation in value and market risk, including loss of principal. Heritage Harbor Financial Associates offers securities through AXA Advisors LLC, New York, New York. Member FINRA, SIPC. Annuity and insurance products offered through AXA Network LLC.
Hi, this is Terry Crews, actor, former football player, game show host, father of 5, and all-around big dude. I'm also an expert on drama. I know all kinds of drama. There's the good kind that comes with having a house full of kids. There's the bad kind, like season-ending injuries. There's the necessary kind, like having an agent in Hollywood. And there's silly drama, like the drama around my percolating pectorals. Then there's the drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your high school diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org.
Or text diploma to 97779. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out. That's diploma to 97779. And leave the drama to actors like me.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Keep a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is you over 30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom when you drive her back from therapy.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing, and in your new role, we help you help. AARP gives you the information to help care for your mom so that you can have patience with her, just like she did with you. Visit aarp.org/caregiving or call 1-877-333-5885 to get practical health and wellness tips to provide even better care for your loved one.
Are we there yet?
Remember, visit aarp.org/caregiving. AARP, we help you help. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When I was little, I didn't talk for a long time. I liked things to always be the same. Anything new or different would scare and upset me. I was very sensitive to lights and sounds. It was almost like I had bigger eyes and ears than everyone else. So I built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. I didn't like looking people in the eye. It made me feel uncomfortable. I'd throw big tantrums over little things like when my socks didn't match. Sometimes I'd do the same things over and over. Until one day, I found out I had autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I learned how to live with it better.
You can see signs of autism in children as young as 18 months. Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
This is the worst town I've ever been in. No!
Everybody's got rice. The champ is here. Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half with NXT and MLW. And Lyle, I want to start off with the NXT topic segment by talking about the MSK match against Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. This was the NXT Tag Team Championship match. And I actually got a comment from a fan the other day, a wrestling fan in Publix while I was working. So I was talking with him about MSK, and he said to me he thinks...
Wait, hold on. Did you plug our show?
No, I did. Yes, I did.
Did you stand there and force him to download the app?
Yes, I did. I told him
and you told him about our show? Good. Aaron will be very proud of you.
Because while I was in discussion with him, while I was in discussion with this fan, he told me he thinks MSK is too corny and just too much energy, too much it's just too much corniness to them. Do you agree with that statement? Would you agree with that statement? And do you think they're just too wild?
I don't know what he means about wild.
He means like there's just too much energy in them. Like they're too fired up.
No, I don't think they're too fired up at all. I think they're fine.
Personally, I think they're fine, but I wanted to share that because I've never gotten a statement from a fan, so I just wanted to plug that in the show.
I'm trying to figure out what he means.
Does he mean they're too silly? Yeah.
Does he mean they do too much flipping?
Too much flipping, yeah.
Like,
I don't see anything wrong with that. MSK is they are one of the top tag teams in NXT right now.
Yes.
They're the NXT tag team champions for a reason. I mean, they beat one of the best tag teams in NXT on the roster, Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. I mean, these are guys that have competed in singles matches against each other. They've competed all around the world in NXT and for different promotions and in the United States. Tommaso Ciampa has been NXT champion. Timothy Thatcher, he's a great grappler, a great MMA specialist type wrestler in the ring. And I think when it all comes down to it, MSK deserves to hold those NXT tag team championships. I mean, there were so much.
What have they done to deserve it?
I mean, they won the tournament.
Okay, but you have if you want to say deserve something, now I know he did it more of his singles career, but wouldn't Ciampa deserve it more?
I would certainly say so.
Because I don't think he won the North American title, so it won't make him a Grand Slam NXT champion. But to be real, I really liked Thatcher and Ciampa as a tag team. I liked them a lot. They're different than what we see a lot in today's style.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to see them win. Now, one thing I want to see MSK get better at.
Promo.
And, no. Now, it's a big comparison between them and the Young Bucks. But you look at the Young Bucks, and they can adjust their style, and depending on who they're facing every single time. And they can make every single opponent look like $1,000,000 right off the bat.
Absolutely.
I don't get that same vibe from MSK.
No, I don't get it either.
I think that is something they should definitely try and improve on. Now, if you look at the Young Bucks and see what they did against the Varsity Blondes, they made them look legit. Mm-hmm. They made them look like they could actually win. That's good psychology, good storytelling, and it puts them over in the future, even when they don't win. And MSK, I think it shows the difference in their career path between MSK and the Young Bucks. They're more of the veterans now, where they've been around for a while. They know what they're doing. MSK still has a lot of learning to do. I know they've been in Impact for a while, but that's Impact. Now you're in WWE, and you can learn better under that umbrella than the Impact umbrella. And I want to see them learn how to make their opponent look really good at the beginning of a match, and then tell the story about how they make them look really good and have to prevail over them.
No, I agree, Lyle. I agree with your statement 100%. I think they need somebody who is going to help them on their tag team journey. They need somebody, maybe a manager, maybe somebody like what's the guy with the diamond mine? I forget his name. Jeez, I'm blanking out.
Bivens?
Yeah, Bivens. They need somebody. They need a manager. They need somebody who's going to push them.
I don't think they need a manager. I think they just They have some learning to do.
They do
And
need.
now, I hate managers.
They do need
at
learning,
NXT.
and by learning I mean by your statement. That's why. I
Yeah,
mentioned.
I just hate managers in NXT. I think it's a crutch. When NXT is a developmental brand, now you're giving them a manager, which is a crutch, and they're not able to learn as well. I think on the main roster, if they get to a point where they're still having some issues, you could then give them a manager.
Mm-hmm.
NXT, you want them to learn. You want to force them out there to learn. I don't like it. And look what they do. What is AOP? They did it. They were great down there at NXT. I loved the AOP.
Yeah, the AOP were phenomenal.
And then they went to the main roster, right? And they took away their manager and gave him something. They gave him Rockstar Spud, and it was Rockstar shit.
Yep, did absolutely zero.
It wasn't good.
No, it was. It was not the appropriate action, I would say.
Where AOP lacked, and where they were not able to learn it in NXT, it showed on the main roster. I think in NXT you have to let them go out there with no manager and really have to try and figure it out on their own, and give them a manager, which, when learning, can be a crutch. I don't think it's a crutch on the main roster because you're already there.
Perfect example of that was when they tried to throw Eli Drake and the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase together, and it just didn't. It wasn't interesting for the show.
That's completely different. Eli Drake is an established veteran who's extremely good on the mic. He doesn't need a manager.
Yeah. No.
Now, I'm talking more about guys who are young. Guys who are still a lot of learning to do. Someone just coming out of the indie scene, and then you give them a manager. Now, so the guy that's with Michael Bivens, when he gets called up to the main roster, you're going to bring up Bivens too? Or you're going to bring up that entire faction?
Tyler Russ?
That's kind of stuck down at NXT now. So I think it's a little weird. It's not like on the Spirit Era, which they didn't have a manager. They were over themselves because they were so good in every aspect. Now, what's going to happen if they want to call up one guy from there? But, he might not be as good on the mic and he might need a manager. And you're going to have to give him something new. It's going to be a whole new thing where he has a new manager, has to be reintroduced, has to start from scratch. I don't know. They're pretty much going to be down there for a while, which is a good thing. They need that down there in NXT. But WWE likes to call up guys as they wish. I think that Damian Priest was too soon. It's not that he wasn't ready for the main roster. I think he could have done more down there in NXT. Yeah. So to me, I don't know. For the NXT brand, because it is a developmental brand, I'm not the biggest fan of managers. Now, for a Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or AEW Dynamite, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Because they're not going anywhere afterwards.
No, they're not.
But that's just my opinion.
But I do want to get your thoughts on this, the NXT Breakout Tournament. And speaking of developmental and new stars, here are the announced participants for the Breakout Tournament. We got Trey Baxter, Carmelo Hayes, Andre Chase, Josh Briggs, Ike Manjuro, Joe Gacy, Odyssey Jones, and Duke Hudson. And Duke Hudson versus Ike Manjuro will take place next week. And one of the stars that I have kept a close
I wonder if it's the same person.
Trey Baxter.
No, not for me.
No, I've kept a close eye on this guy. I mean, we saw the match he had against Kushida. That was phenomenal.
Yes,
I mean, he knocked it out of the park with that performance, even though he lost.
You know who it's going to be? The guy who's going to really break out of this tournament and become a star?
Carmelo Hayes.
Josh Briggs.
Josh Briggs.
Now, I have very, very, very good. I watched him evolve. He's very, very talented. I think now when I say he might not win, but I think at the end of the day, the person from this tournament who's going to be going the farthest, I think it'll be Josh Briggs. He had phenomenal is overstatement for Indies. He had very good stories and matches with Austin Theory in Evolve. And I think that he is going to be the guy to really break out and be the star of this group. He might not win this tournament. I'm picking him to win because I like him. But I think that at the end of the day, the guy who really goes the farthest out of that group is going to be Josh Briggs.
I agree. I think you can add Josh Briggs and put him in a storyline of Austin Theory and continue that run from Evolve, but add more mixture to it. Add more twists and turns to that story.
Well, unfortunately, Austin Theory is not very similar to the character he was in Evolve, so I don't think it would work as well. But I would love to see them wrestle again. They did well in the past. They have chemistry. I think it would be entertaining to watch. But they definitely can't continue that story. It has to be something new.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree. I think you could add something new with it too. Either way,
yeah, they definitely could.
Either way, it works out for him either way for Josh Briggs. But Trey Baxter, I mean, that match, but that was probably the best breakout match I've seen in a while. I mean, just the way he was going about in the match, how he came into the match against Kushida, he never once took his eye off Kushida. He kept going in. He kept trying to put Kushida down in every way possible. I mean, when some breakout stars have a match like that, they get shake up, they get nervous, and they start to lose the momentum. They start to lose focus on the match and their opponent. And with Trey Baxter, you didn't see that. He kept going.
No. Yeah. I like him too. I think NXT has a lot of good talent, but I've said it before. NXT built their brand on signing the biggest name talent out there. There is no. I would say Gresham is probably the biggest out there right now available. That's in Ring of Honor and probably has the best future. I think he's phenomenal. Him, Roosh, some very good talent out there, but NXT hasn't signed them in a while.
No, they haven't.
It's like they're in a different spot. They're going for the guy that is very, very good and might be better than those big names, but they're not as well known. They might be from a GCW.
They might be from a local Tampa Bay promotion. Like, you never know.
Yeah, they could sign some crappy announcer from some Tampa Bay promotion. Do you know anybody that would be a crappy announcer from a Tampa Bay promotion?
Certainly not me.
I don't know, man. Well, I'm going to be honest for a second. If you haven't been able to watch it on Fight TV, Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling has 2 shows. Alex can talk more about it, and he commentated both of them, and he did a phenomenal job.
Thank
you.
you.
So if you want to watch some good wrestling on Fight TV that is actually free, go check it out and listen to the second biggest star on the show. The first biggest is me. It will always be me. And that's Alex Flows. So go check it out and go hear him do a kick-ass job.
Absolutely. It was a lot of fun doing the post. This was all in post. I enjoyed doing the post commentary with Ben Moskowitz. It was fun.
I'm going to say it. Speedy chimed in our chat and goes, Alex just hopes that it isn't Adnan Virk.
Oh, no.
I'm going to let you know. I think he would be a phenomenal guest for the show.
Oh, you want to go that far? Okay.
Now, one, I know you don't like him, so that would be very entertaining.
Well, it's not
2,
actually me that doesn't like him. It's my dad.
I know. It's your dad, who is a wonderful human being. He works for a delightful organization. I'm not biased at all. I'm lying. I completely am. But no, we could hear about how horrible it was to probably work for WWE for like a week. No, it was like a month. I think Alex would really enjoy that interview.
No, I would. I really would.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to reach out. I will not hear back, but I will reach out.
You should. And one of the next matches I want to talk about from NXT before we move on to MLW is the Great American Bash main event. It was the no stipulation, no outside interference. And this was a one-on-one match between Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. I liked the match. I just think the story has kind of gone sour a bit. Like, I kind of lost interest in what's going on. I think NXT needs to add some new element into the storyline before it gets dead in the water, and it's getting really close to that point.
What do you think of the crowd at the show?
The crowd was not into any.
They weren't good.
No.
I feel like I feel like they were loud for this match.
There was something.
But
missing.
the entire rest of the show, the crowd it's not the same as the full.
No, it's not. It's not the same. I think NXT needs to go to live crowds again. I think.
But here's the problem:
they need to go back.
They're getting 650,000 views. If you were running a company and they were getting a big show, that show, Great American Bash, got 650,000 views on USA Network, and you're gonna sit there and tell me, "Oh yeah, we should definitely go out there and travel." You think they're gonna draw?
No,
I don't think they're confident that they're gonna draw.
No, they're not confident.
That's 100% what it is. I'm looking at what the ratings are getting in, looking at all the numbers they're getting in. They're not good.
No, they've put
they don't think they're going to be able to draw.
No, they've put themselves in a corner, literally.
They have, and it's because, like I said, they have a very bad formula for TV. What I also think is, like, I watch NXT, and I love the in-ring product, but I can't help but feel like I'm playing
so many elements and pieces missing. Without a big enough crowd, you're not getting the same energy. You're not.
I feel like I'm playing a video game from like the PS2.
I feel like I'm playing WWE 2K. Like, come on.
I feel like I'm playing a video game from the PS2 era where you had a generic crowd, caged in ring or caged in fight area, and they're just going at it. And it's a weird environment.
Yeah,
it really is to watch. The in-ring product is great, but they need to do something.
They need to do something about the venue with that crowd. Something new needs to be done here. It's bad for TV.
Now, how far are they still in Orlando? Because I know Full Sail was in Orlando.
Yeah, they're
right?
still in Orlando, but they're still at the.
But here's what I don't understand: why aren't the same people who went to NXT at Full Sail going to this show? Because that crowd is great. That crowd was hot as hell every night.
Oh yeah, it was.
I loved it.
So much.
What is happening here? Why is they still in the same city, but they're not getting good crowds? Is it like
did something happen where the fans got drawn away? Because I feel like
they make them wear a mask and they don't want to talk. Like, I'm kidding. I'm not making fun of masks, so don't get butthurt. But like, I don't understand. I really don't understand
it. I don't understand.
I don't know what happened to the NXT crowd that we all fell in love with.
Yeah, it's damaging the product. It really is. Something has to be done about this.
I feel like it exposed all the errors, or all the issues, I should say, that is wrong with NXT by getting rid of that crowd. Because think about it, when NXT was most successful, they had the Finn Balor theme song.
Yeah.
They had
all the
Shinsuke,
takeovers.
Bobby Roode.
Takeovers.
Well, I'm talking about with the crowd. So they had Bobby Roode theme. They had Shinsuke theme. They had Balor theme. They had all the different style chants that they did that was interactive with the crowd. They don't have that anymore.
No, they don't.
The element that made it fun to watch NXT, and
it's gone. Like, what happened?
The element that complemented the great in-ring product is now gone, and it's exposing some of the issues that the show has. And I feel like now Great American Bash was intended to be a takeover style show, so it wasn't intended to have a 15-minute promo where you're building a storyline. It wasn't intended to. But I feel like NXT doesn't do that as often. They don't really have those segments, and it gets exposed because they have a very dull crowd when they do.
I mean, you could
Also,
see
they
it.
have.
You could see it with the segment with Samoa Joe, Johnny Gargano, and Karrion Kross. Yeah, you could see it. Like there was no reaction to that promo. It was
And then
just,
they have the fake crowd noise.
yeah. Like why?
You have people there. Why are you not letting them cheer?
Why are you not letting them cheer? Why are you not using actual crowd noise? But instead, you got to use audio that sounds like it's from a video game.
It literally sounds like that fake crowd noise that, like, all the sports shows we're doing, sporting events we're doing for a while. And when I was going to Islander games before they really started selling out the arena, when they still had 1,400 people at the Coliseum, it sounded like static, very, very low was going off. So if you can hear that there, I guarantee you that the big reason why it's killing the crowd, and they're not doing anything. Now, I don't know if they're muting the crowd in favor of that noise, which they could be. But when we were there at the games and we would hear this, it was annoying and made me not want to talk, maybe not want to cheer for the team. I don't know if it has a similar effect, but if that's what they're doing and you can actually hear it in the building, it must be really annoying. Really, really annoying.
You need to get Josh's opinion on this too when he comes back.
Hey, Speedy, call Josh right now.
We need to
Get him on here. You know what? Why don't we actually, if we call Melissa, she'll pick up, and then we can tell her to put Josh on. But we can't do that. We can't make her do that. She's pregnant, unfortunately. No. We can call Millie. Millie would pick up the phone. Millie would pick
like
up
a
the
dog
phone.
has hands to pick up a phone.
That dog has hands.
A dog can't pick up a phone though. It's impossible.
Are you doubting a dog? I never doubt Millie, okay? Millie has many, many... Yes, exactly, Speedy! Don't doubt Millie like that! She can pick up a phone, she can give it to Josh. You said that she has to pick up the phone with her hands. Why can't she use her mouth? I demand an answer. Also, Speedy had a request for you this week, Alex. So he's going to have to tell you what he wants you to do.
Okay.
No, Millie stays on. Who needs Josh, Speedy says.
But really
wrong.
quick,
Sorry, Josh.
let's talk a little bit about MLW.
Go for
and
it.
I just want to before we go to break, I was absolutely blown away with Alex Kane's debut. By far, he put a lot of time, a lot of work into that match, and you could see it when with the crowd reaction, with his entrance, and how much energy and fire and dedication he puts into these type of matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, he's come a long way. I'm very, very happy to see him on MLW, and I hopefully very, very soon, I would like to see him compete against somebody his size like Calvin Tankman or King Mertix.
Ooh, that would be good. What did you think about the new LAX?
The new LAX? I like the new LAX. I love it.
Alex, who's in the new LAX?
Who's the new leader? Conan?
No, who's in it? Who did he bring in it?
Who's in it? Who? Were they
Alex,
in them? Because I did not see that part.
Okay. It was Danny Limelight. I know Danny Limelight is. The other two people, I don't know their names. They're new to me. But Danny Limelight is in it. He was in AEW. He has left AEW for now. But he will still be working in New Japan Strong. That is according to Fightful. But yeah, it's a great opportunity for Danny Limelight. I'm very interested to see where he goes. Very interested to see what he does. I think he's going to be very successful, and I wish him a lot of luck. He's a good dude. I met him at the Fan Fest. He was standing there talking to one of the girls who was running the event, and I said hi to him, and he was a really nice guy.
Did you get any? Did you get to talk to him for a little bit, or
like 5 minutes at most?
Because
I was trying to go home. I was hot.
Because the next thing for this MLW topic, Gino Medina, he performed pretty well too. I loved his match. I mean, his style is awesome. He's got a certain element to the.
Do you think he watched England versus Italy? He had a root for Italy. Come on, his name's Gino.
Yeah, he had to. For sure.
So how do you think he celebrated? Come on.
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
No, you're obsessed with this guy. Come on, man.
He probably
He's
had
his
some
favorite.
tequila. Who knows?
Tequila's Mexican. That's not.
Same. Oh, well, no, it's not.
You just said it's the same thing.
It's not.
Wine. Wine is Italian.
But what did you think of the bunkhouse brawl match? Von Erichs, Marshall Von Erichs, and Ross Von Erichs. They defeated Kevin Koo and Kid Osborne. Did you see that match, Lyle?
I did. I am a big fan of the Von Erichs. I really am interested to see where they go long term. And I feel like they could become a top tag team in wrestling. But they got to get out of MLW for that. I would love to see them in AEW.
Oh, yes. They need
I would love to see them versus the Young Bucks.
They have to.
I would love it. But, yeah, they're very talented. I'm a big fan of them.
And then one of the other the last match I saw was the where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Calvin Tankman's match against Lee Moriarty.
Lee Moriarty?
Yeah. Calvin Tankman is on another level, man. He's just been racking up wins in MLW, and you're seeing it progress. You're seeing him pick up in these matches and take it to the next level. I'm very interested to see where they go with him and what's the group that he's in right now? Injustice, yeah. I want to see where him and Injustice go, where that storyline fits, how that all turns out.
Yeah, I think MLW is doing a great job on all facets of what they're doing. I think that
I mean, it was their first time back of live crowds, and they sold out that whole.
How many? What was the capacity? Do you know?
No, I could look it up real quick. Let me see.
Yeah, go for it.
MLW.
Do you think that they're going to have crowds back for a while now, or just for big shows?
I think permanently.
I hope so, because
I hope
they're
so.
a great company, and I would love to watch them have that kind of success.
Yeah, they need that type of success. They haven't had that success for a while. Here's the full capacity. I think this might be it if I have the right thing. The full capacity was. Do they have the number? Oof, I'm looking for the number.
Well, why don't you look it up and we can go to break, and we get to come back from break. You can surprise everybody and tell them what the number is, and leave a little bit of suspense. What was the capacity for MLW? But yeah, well, let's go to break and we'll come back and we'll
absolutely
tell everybody what the
break.
capacity
When we come
is.
back, we'll get the numbers for the MLW Battle Riot 3 capacity sold out crowd. We'll get into Fighter Fest Night 1, Malachi Black, and All Out. All here on Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Be fearless at MMA Long Island and Seituha Karate. Located at 28 Colt Court in Ronkonkoma, MMA Long Island is the martial arts school for you if you want to learn combat-proven techniques, build confidence, discipline, and self-esteem while learning real martial arts to fight back against bullies, predators, and peer pressure. MMA Long Island offers group and private lessons for all ages and levels in traditional Goju-Ryu Karate, MMA, and self-defense. MMA Long Island is one of Long Island's most affordable martial arts schools. There are no promotion, belt, or membership fees, and family discounts are available. All classes are taught by 7th degree black belt Sensei John Benedict with over 30 years teaching experience. So whether you want to get in the ring or protect yourself and your family, MMA Long Island can help you reach your goals. Visit MMALongIsland.com. That's MMALongIsland.com or call or text 516-381-9660. That's 516-381-9660.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing? I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I am your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
They'll challenge your authority. They'll try to break your will. They'll push you to the edge of your sanity. Because that's what kids do. But this car is your territory, not theirs. Defend it. Who makes the payments? Who cleans it? Who drives it? You do. That's who. And in here, your word is law. So when you say you won't move until everyone's buckled up, you won't budge an inch. Until you hear that click. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. For more information, visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Are you ready?
Now welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off the Mat. My name's Alex Slows, here again with Lyle Gillen, and here is the seating capacity for the 2300 arena, which I looked up. So since this whole building was sold out, it can hold a seating capacity.
Wait, they were at the ECW arena?
Yes.
And
1,400.
You didn't call them the ECW arena? You called them 2300 arena? I'm ashamed of you, Alex, as a wrestling fan. How dare you? It's always the ECW arena. Alex. Okay, continue.
Yeah, 1,400. That is basically the sold out arena capacity. So that's a lot of people for a whole MLW event. So I'm glad that they were able to reach that type of atmosphere and get that atmosphere and be able to perform in front of live crowds again. But now it's time to get into AEW All Out, which is officially sold out. The 2021 AEW All Out pay-per-view. Tickets went on sale to the general public. I think what date was this? July 9th. And it was sold out before most fans had the chance to get in for the queue. It appears somewhere between 90%
of the tickets sold out in the pre-sale.
Most of them. Yeah, a lot of them did. And that's what Wrestling Inc. is reporting in their article. So that's really good to see AEW accomplish that with live crowds, to be back on the road again. I think it's working out for all these wrestling promotions to be able to have that atmosphere back, to be able to react to how the fans respond to certain things in certain matches.
It only has 10,000 seats, that arena, so it was definitely going to sell out. I'm not expecting to sell out that quick, that's for sure. I think they could sell out the Allstate Arena, which is about 18,000, probably close to 20,000 for wrestling. I would like to see them try that next year.
I would like to see them sell out Amalie Arena if they come back to Tampa. If they go to Tampa down the road, if they end up coming to Tampa or somewhere in Orlando.
If they go to Tampa, Josh and I would go down there and we could do a live show.
Live show reaction. That would be sick. I would love to do that if they go.
That would be awesome. If they did a pay-per-view, maybe we'd do a pre-show, because the live show after that would be after midnight, and I guarantee you Josh and I would want to go to bed. But we do something down there. That would be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And now it's time to talk about AEW Dynamite Fyter Fest Night 1. We're going to preview that and give our predictions. And the first match on the card, if I can find it here. One of them is Carl Anderson versus John Moxley for the IWGP.
That's going to be amazing. That's going to be great.
That's going to be a 100% 5-star match. There's absolutely
100%. Come on, 99.9.
99.9. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
But John Moxley, I don't think he would drop the IWGP US title there. He could do it soon, but it's not going to be televised on AEW Dynamite when he does drop it. So for me, there's absolutely no reason to weaken one of your biggest stars by having him take a loss to someone outside the promotion. And that's somebody like Carl Anderson, who has wrestled in New Japan.
Well, let's think about it this way. They are both contracted with New Japan also.
Mm-hmm.
So if he loses that match, yeah, he's losing somebody that's not contracted with AEW, but
that's what I mean. Yeah, he's not signed with them.
But would be losing it to somebody who is contracted with New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So that it's still the same company that owns the belt. So I could see it happening. I don't think it will. But
no.
I can picture it happening, because now they're starting to come back and go to the tag tournament again. The Good Brothers, they're going to be on Strong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to watch them. And
to me, I still think it's going to be a good match. I think
it'll be great. I just want to know who's going to be challenging Moxley in the future on AEW. Has to be a big name to come over and challenge him. They have to do it eventually.
I think a great person to challenge him to come over from New Japan that we haven't seen on AEW yet.
Okada
or Tomohiro Ishii.
Tanahashi
too as well.
That'd be great.
That would add some more.
We
that
gotta
would
go
add-
Ace on Dynamite.
Yeah, we need a go Ace Dynamite. That would be such a good
Ace.
crowd.
Wait, hold on. Now that we're thinking, hey, Speedy, what did you want Alex to say?
But
He had a request.
he did.
He had a request last week when you were not here. And because you were not here, I think you have to do it. You were not here. And also, by the way, I'm glad you're safe from the
that
horrible Category 5 hurricane.
Category 5.
They don't know that! So, what? Tell us about what happened, though. Like, you're okay, right?
Yeah, everything's fine. It was on the coast, like the west coast near Clearwater. It wasn't anywhere near me inland.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay. So
But now I want to talk about this match as well. Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. This is an old rivalry that dates back many, many years.
20 years.
And yeah, a long time. And it's going to be interesting to see Christian Cage lock horns with Matt Hardy inside a AEW ring, inside a whole different promotion. Big Money Matt has had the upper hand on Cage for the past few weeks, mostly due to sneak attacks by HFO and Private Party. And this match is a golden opportunity for Christian to even up the score. While both of these competitors are closer to the end of their careers, the beginning, Cage seems much more capable of putting on memorable singles matches. So while Hardy feels more effective in a tag team setting, I think it's best to just keep them in a one-on-one scenario.
They will. Now, first off, I would like to say congratulations to the Hardy compound on adding a baby girl to their family. Now, do you think there's a chance that Hardy could lose this match and then end up taking time off?
Absolutely. I think.
Now, how would you book that? Having a face beating a heel and having the heel take time off?
I would have Private Party turn on Matt Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have them go separate ways and put them back in the tag team spotlight where they were supposed to be in the beginning.
That would be a perfect lead-in for Jeff Hardy to come in, and then that can lead to Private Party versus the Hardy Boys.
Absolutely. That would work out perfectly. See?
Now, I don't know how long Jeff Hardy has left on his contract, so I really can't.
I think it might be because I know he signed a new contract, but I don't know how many years. Yeah.
Shit. You know, they should be having me control both companies. I would make both companies so much better. Now, I'll evenly distribute the talent. Cause it's okay. No need to worry. Okay. I would resurrect the dead Adam Cole. That man's been dead for years. It's a real shame that he died and pro wrestling can't see the great Adam Cole anymore. Ever since, 2017? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't believe he was poisoned. You don't remember that?
I do remember that. I think it was Ring of Honor. So
it was on BTE.
So Ethan, and then before we move on, there's one other match on this card that I want to talk about: Ethan Page versus Darby Allin in a coffin match. Now, Lyle, what do you think about this match? How do you think it's going to play out? What scenario do you see happening? Do you see Scorpio Sky getting involved and costing Darby Allin the match?
I think Scorpio Sky will attempt to get involved, and Sting will stop him. Now, I want to say kudos to AEW on this one. Well, one of the biggest complaints about them has been that they don't order their storyline matches correctly. Big example of that is what to do with Pinnacle and Inner Circle, where they had Blood and Guts, and then they went and had Stadium Stampede, And now they're having this weird competition thing where they're all facing each other, where it should have been complete 180. And they did a good job at this with the Darby and Ethan storyline. They started off, had the tag match. Then they had the handicap match.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're having the next step up.
The coffin match.
And I think they're doing a good job, which everything they've done with Darby has been great. And I think Darby will definitely take the pin.
Yeah, I think Darby's not going to win this match. Something's going to cause
No, I meant he's going to take the pin on to.
Oh, you mean he's gonna
Yes,
win.
I misspoke.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think Darby Allin would win the match, and I think
Did you just say he wasn't going to win?
Because I misunderstood you. I misunderstood you.
Okay.
But I do see him winning the match, and maybe Sting will get involved too. Try to stop Scorpio Sky from causing any interference. We'll see. And then the next thing I want to talk about is Malachi Black. He has revealed details behind his AEW debut. And the details are, once I found out that my contract was a tad different than usual, I just came up with this idea. We made it a thing to make it available to as limited people as possible because that's how you keep it under wraps. Security, Cody Rhodes, and a few others. It may have been 5 or 6 total people. It was all very last second. I feel like in modern day wrestling, there are a few moments to make a genuine surprise and get people to look your way. For me to sneak in, not be seen, dip and dive so they wouldn't see me, that took some skill. Do you agree with that statement, Lyle?
I 100% do. And the fact that he's going to come in and what he did was he used lightning to come in. I think if he keeps that in the future. What do you think about the lightning?
Oh, the lightning adds so much element, so much.
There was no lightning.
There wasn't?
I'm just screwed with you.
I saw something.
I think the lightning that you're sensing was the lightning that struck your house.
Yeah, we're not.
I was only messing with you because you did a 180 on what I said before, so I wanted to screw you. But no, I think it was phenomenal. The announcers, everybody did a great job of selling that it was weather related for why the lights went out. They did a great job. Everyone was convinced it was because of the weather. And then it came back on and it wasn't. And they did a good job. They said they acknowledged that everyone knew or thought he was going to be called Tommy End. That's how I interpreted what they were doing. They acknowledged this is Tommy End. But wait, no. The next time was no, that can't be him. That's not what Tommy End looks like. It's not the Tommy End that used to be in PWG.
No, it's not. It's something different.
It's what he just posted on Instagram today. It's that Malachi Black character.
Yeah.
I think they did a phenomenal job really making it mysterious on what is this Malachi Black man. What is he? What is this guy? I think they did a very good job of making us want to come back in the future and find out.
Yeah, and he continues to say here, he said that this debut was one of the highlights of his career and one of his top 3 favorite moments. And he says it was the right move for me to make for me, my family, my career, the state of mind I am in. It's just a really good company. I can't say good enough things about AEW. They have a bright future. Last night was top 3, one of my favorite moments of my career. It was the accumulation of months and months and months, and having this big payoff was worth the pain, chaos, and perseverance.
So what do you think about him having the black around his eye? I don't know if you saw the picture, but that was connected to what happened in WWE. He was continuing to sell that eye injury from Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think they're teasing something. They might be trying to get Buddy Murphy to come over to AEW. They might already have. They might already have Buddy Murphy, and they just
they can't because of the 90-day non-compete. He can't talk to them at all. I hope that Buddy Murphy does not come over. Not that I don't think he's good. He's very talented. I just think he would get lost in the shuffle even more because they don't need him.
No.
They don't need him anymore. I don't think they should sign him. I don't think they should sign Braun. I pray to the Lord that is all holy. I hope they don't sign Braun. I said it before. If Braun comes to AEW, I am going to sit down and have a serious conversation with myself. Maybe Josh too. Maybe Alex. If I should stop watching AEW because I hate him so much.
I mean, like, I think the thing around his eye, I mean, they have to add some element to that, how that happened, and put a story together for that. And I think eventually they will. And maybe in the next week or so, hopefully they'll find some way to add it. Maybe they'll say Arn Anderson cut his eye open, or Cody Rhodes did hit him in the face with the belt, or blinded.
No, I think I don't think they're ever going to say what happened with his eye. They're going to flat out hint that it was, or infer that it was what happened in WWE when Murphy took him and slammed his head into the corner of the chair.
Yeah.
I think that's where they're going to be going. I don't know how long it's going to be showing that, but they're definitely going to sell it. Or he is, I should say.
Mm-hmm. And then he also had a statement on his contract. Once he found out that his contract was a tad different, he came up with the idea. We made it a thing to make it available as to limited people. And then he continues to say how he came up with the idea for the lights, if I can find that. He says
probably
that
Elsa. That would make sense if he did it because it's Elsa.
Yeah, that would make sense. I honestly, he might.
I did not hear the quote. I will be honest. He says this all on his Twitch. But yeah, I would suspect it was because of Elsa and the weather around Tampa. I know he did come up with the idea to do it during the Cody match, which I thought was a great touch. It really made it feel like it was weather related.
Yeah.
Because it went out and they apologized. I'm sorry. It would have some bad weather around the Tampa area or around the Miami area the last few days. And then happened again later on. And they said the same thing. But then you're starting to wonder, okay, but what's going on here? A little bit longer this time. And then boom. Well, comes on, he's there, and it was phenomenal. It was a great way to debut him. The fact that WWE screwed up and forgot to make his contract from a 30-day non-compete to a 90-day was amazingly hilarious. Not because it had WWE, but it's just funny. It's a company that literally makes everybody serve their 90-day, and they forgot to do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to explain it other than Black was able to debut after being released from WWE on June 2nd because there was a clerical error in his non-compete clause. So that explains why he was able to leave WWE sooner than expected.
Yeah, I am glad it happened.
And then Malachi Black he also said that he was being forced to turn down endorsement deals while with WWE. So this is an interesting article from Ringside News, and it says that...
For the record, Ringside News, as a disclaimer, they get all their news from someone else, and they repurpose it and make it clickbait. So if there is an article, if there is someone in there saying where it originated from, we should give them credit.
Absolutely.
Because they would take something from like Fightful and then write it.
But they continuing with the stuff about the endorsement, it said he got thrown around in a lot of endorsement stuff, but had to turn them down because WWE has a third-party policy or no third-party policy for some bizarre reason. After his release, he was now able to talk with all these people who had been wanting to work with him for so long and have cool conversation and get these endorsement deals that he had been wanting for the longest time. So I have to get your thoughts on this, Lyle. What do you think about these endorsements? What did it help Black's career? Did it help him get to AEW, in your opinion?
I'm sorry, I kind of don't understand the question. Did him being forced to turn down the deals help him? Are you saying?
Yeah. Did it all work out for him in the end? Like, I'm meaning,
it all worked out for him.
Was it 50-50 for him?
It definitely all worked out. As of now, we can't really tell until later on. But
no, we won't know until they get further into all the details and the stories.
No,
you have an interesting story about a fan.
Yes, we'll talk about that fan when we come back from break.
Yeah,
stay tuned, fans.
I'm very interested to see.
I might rant.
Side of the story of it. Like,
I might rant because, like, I'm just going to talk about exactly what happened. It has been happening on social media regarding the fan that came into the ring. So stay tuned. We're going to have a wonderful conversation about that.
Absolutely. That'll be all next when we come back here on Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Edward Lehman has been a trusted insurance advisor for over 16 years with insurance solutions for auto, home, commercial, life, and retirement. He's located at 54 Sunnyside Boulevard, Suite H in Plainview. That's just 1,000 feet south of 495. Local agent, local advice. The time to think about insurance is before you need it. So do yourself a favor, and before you pay your next insurance bill, give Ed and his team a call, 516-935-3900, or visit him online at www.allstate.com/EL. Edward H. Lehman Insurance is your trusted insurance advisor.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, like, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. Waking up every day, lifting him from the bed to the wheelchair to the car to get him to therapy on time, it's no small task between the doctors and the diagnosis, but nothing can disable this love. This is my big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do. Oh, tell the world I see. With
Know someone who's being bullied online? Send the witness emoji. It looks like an eye in a speech bubble, and it's in the symbol section near the clocks in your phone. You'll let the world know it isn't cool, and you'll let your friend know you care. Learn more about the witness emoji at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to mooch off your friends.
You gonna finish that grape?
You mean the one in my mouth?
You don't need to stop buying the necessities.
What you're smelling is a natural musk.
Ew.
You don't need to be a medical test subject.
How do you feel?
Mostly okay. Sometimes, though.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman. You just need an internet connection. Don't get left behind. Start your personal savings plan with the tips and tools on feedthepig.org. That way, you don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
All right, deal. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Rest in peace. Welcome to the Shield of Justice. I'm the Boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Now, welcome back to Off the Mat with Alex Slows, Josh Silverberg, and Lyle Gillen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Off the Mat here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. I'm Alex Slows. With me again is Lyle Gillen. And Lyle,
hey, I just want to let you know, though, before we get to the story, and I'm really sorry to interrupt you. I alluded to that at it before, that there was a request for you since you were not here last week.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do it. You have to do it for Speedy. He wants
you are now by required. You have to sing "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go,"
and we'll tell you why afterwards. But you have to do it.
I don't even know the lyrics. What the hell?
So you have Google right next to you. I'm prepared. Okay, man. You have Google right next to you. I know you've been looking stuff up.
It was a number one song. You should be able to find lyrics for it pretty easy.
Yes. Look up lyrics to Wake Up Before You Go Go, and then just sing the way you think it would sound by looking at the lyrics.
No musical context whatsoever.
Yeah,
you clearly don't know the song well enough.
I'm not required to do that.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No,
you have to do it. You have to do it. Come on, Alex.
No.
You have to do it.
Nope.
I'll sing a song next week if you do it.
No, I don't even like that song, so I'm not gonna.
That's okay. We'll tell you the story afterwards. You have to do it. Come on. We're not gonna move on until you do. Come on, Alex.
So we're just gonna take up the whole show.
Yeah, we really are. Just sing the first 3 lines, but you have to sing it.
God, what is the lyrics of this song? Can't even find it.
Number one song, you should be able to find the lyrics.
I'm not singing this just by reading the lyrics alone.
You have to just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
No.
Just do it. Just do it. Please, Alex. Come on. Make our day.
No.
You have to do it.
I'm just gonna move on to the next topic. There's a fan who. So now there's a fan.
Wait, hold on. Do you still have the lyrics popped up on your screen?
No.
Bring it back up again. Bring it back up.
Nope. You got to bring it back up.
You have to bring it back up.
I didn't even put it on the screen.
No, do it. Wait, hold on. Speedy, do you have control of the feed?
You mean I have control of my feed? I can. What do you want me to share him the lyrics?
Yeah. Screen share it.
No, I don't.
We'll sing it together. We'll do a duet. We'll do a duet.
The Ring at AEW Dynamite.
We'll do a duet. I'll sing one paragraph. You sing the next. Come on. We'll do it together.
He said he did it for Jim Cornette.
Alex, you are no fun. Josh would have broke out in a song, and for that, next week, Josh and Lyle duetting "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go."
Okay.
We are gonna break out.
Hear about the fan who jumped the ring.
Okay, let's talk about the fan, the psychotic human being. He went and he did it in the name of Jim Cornette. So Kenny Omega decided to come out and say that Jim Cornette should kind of tone down what he says, because obviously there are crazy people who take what he says too seriously. And I, to a degree, agree with Kenny. And I do put some fault on Jim Cornette for this. Definitely not majority of it, but he gets some fault for this because, he didn't tell him to go out there and attack Chris Jericho, but because of what he says and his hatred, his crazy fans believe it, and they do it and take it too seriously.
I'm not even gonna read the comments he said. It's
just read the tweet if you found it.
The fan has come forward and identified himself as a no.
You don't have the
a fat B word. A fat B word. His
no, not that part.
Features a bio.
He made a tweet.
Chris Jericho punches like a B word, and I saw urine running down MJF's leg.
He had a tweet, and he I'm gonna try and find it.
Oh, here it is. How did you like my AEW debut? I did this for all of us real wrestling fans.
What was it?
Is this the tweet you're talking?
Oh yeah, bring it up. You have the lyrics. Bring it up. Put it on the screen.
Oh God, I'm not doing it.
No, I can't see it.
Yeah, like John Cena.
I'm gonna bring up my phone and I'll sing it. Okay, Alex?
No, why'd you laugh at that?
That's funny. It's like John Cena because you can't see him. Now I'm toned. Oh, here we go. You have to go, Alex. Come on. I'll do one line. You do the next.
No.
Yes. 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 You put the boom boom into my heart. Doo doo. Come on, Alex. Come on. You send my soul sky high when your loving starts. Come on, Alex.
Jitterbug into my brain. Yeah.
But something's bugging in you, Alex.
Can't even see that.
Alex is no fun. He is now deemed Mr. Killjoy for all of eternity. He's not a fun human being.
Alex, even I sang a lot.
Come on, Alex, sing a little bit. I sang 3 lines.
I'm Kill Bill Joy.
Now you have to sing from Something Ain't Right all the way down up until the last line of I Was Dreaming. Do it! I'm tone deaf and I was doing it. Come on.
No.
Come on, Alex.
I'm just reading this tweet from the fan.
I guarantee you everyone would rather hear us sing Wake Me Up Before You Go Go.
I guarantee you the font of that tweet is only slightly bigger than the lyrics.
No, it is bigger.
I said only slightly.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I think you're gonna let your girlfriend down. I think she wants to hear you sing this. Come on, buddy.
No.
No, she doesn't want to hear you sing. Girls love that.
Not my singing. My singing is horrendous.
So is mine. I'm tone deaf. Come on, Alex. Come on.
I just want to get on with this show.
Okay, fine. We tried, Speedy.
Come on, man.
Buzzkill Mania.
That's what we're calling you now. We're going to now have the last 30 minutes of every single segment of every single show. We're going to try and get Alex to sing another song. If you want to make a request, go ahead and give it.
I'm just going to call it Buzz. The segment will be called Buzzkill Mania.
No, Buzzkill Slows.
Buzzkill Mania.
Fine, okay. I'll do that.
Mania.
And we're going to try and get Alex to do certain things. If he does it, he'll win a prize. If he doesn't, he's Buzzkill Mania. That's what we're doing from now on. I went into break. I'm texting Speedy. and we're talking about how we're going to try and get you to sing Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. We were talking about it last week. We hyped up all our fans, and you let them all down, Alex. You really are a maniac.
Josh awkwardly sang it, so you can too.
Come on. Okay. Talk about the tweet. We'll get you to sing it next week.
So the tweet says, "How did you like my AEW debut? I did this for all of us real wrestling fans. Wrestling is no longer a safe place for friends to dance around and play dress up. Reality can hit at any time. Did they think it is going to be a effing playtime forever?"
Yeah, I don't understand what this guy is saying now. You can't.
I don't.
You can't deny this guy's a person with mental issues, but that is part of the reason why what Jim Cornette does is definitely an issue. A major issue that I think he does is now he's a very racist, sexist, homophobic human being. The way he talks about Sonny Kiss is horrible, and the way a lot of wrestling fans do. Now, the way he talks about her should definitely be dialed down. The way he talks about females should be dialed down. The way he talks about Japanese wrestlers should be dialed down. I don't think he has to dial down criticizing AEW. That I don't care about. But when he does so in a sexist, racist, homophobic manner, that is the issue I take offense with. Not calling Kenny Omega, Kenny Olivier, I really don't give a crap about that. Not any of the little tiny snide remarks he makes, because he's just an old man who has no life and is trying to make money off of YouTube views and do that through AEW. Because his views went down when he stopped talking about AEW after the second Double or Nothing during the pandemic. When they did that Stadium Stampede with the Elite versus Inner Circle, he stopped talking to them for a little bit and his ratings went down. Because people want to watch that. That is the only thing he cares about. He does it for that. So which is why I really don't care about it. Does he maybe believe some of it? Yeah, but he's only doing it to the extent he does when it comes to AEW because he knows that's what's going to get people talking. He wants people to talk. Now, I don't know what your opinion is on the whole matter, and I would love to hear it.
I'm just going to go by what this fan said in the comments of this article, and he's right. I mean, they need to up their game with security, AEW, so things like this don't happen again. Because he could have had weapons, he could have had anything. Like, they have to have better measures of security, so things like that do not happen again.
That's on the arena, and I'm going to be fair. It's not a negative AEW thing that happened.
No,
it happens all the time in sports. It happens all the time in wrestling in general. It happened in WWE, the Hall of Fame. The guy ran in and punched Bret Hart. It happens, man.
It's exactly like this. It's exactly what this fan said. In reality, there are sick people out there who take what they say seriously and will resort to violence. Maybe it's time to dial it back before
That's what Kenny said.
Before one of Cornette's fans injures themselves or others because they think Cornette condones it.
Maybe that wasn't, but that was essentially the gist of what Kenny said. Do you have the tweet there of what Kenny said?
No, I don't.
I have it on my phone. Let me grab. Okay, it is finally time to assume some responsibility and dial down the online persona a bit. Your low IQ man children have evolved from parroting your comments to actually acting out in attempted, in parentheses, violence. Which he's right. He is right. Kenny is right to a degree. Now, can we blame Cornette 100%? No.
No.
It's like 75% the fan and a quarter Cornette. Cornette needs to take responsibility for the part that is his and correct that. I don't fully blame Cornette at all, no. No. But he does rile up those fans and make them hate them more and more and more. Now, I'm hoping there isn't a copycat because those fans are crazy.
Yeah. And something needs to be done about that. I mean, if anything, Chris Jericho should have jabbed him in the face a little bit.
I think he did punch him, but yeah, he didn't get a good shot in from what
If I was Jericho, I would have been stomping a mud hole in that guy.
Okay, good old JR, stomping a mud hole in him. Go watch your WWE Dynamite.
But now I want to talk about what I've been teasing on Instagram and the interview. I teased an interview from
Wait, hold on. Speedy, can we get a drum roll?
Yeah, we can do a drum roll.
Yeah, do some drum roll, Speedy.
Speedy.
We need a drum roll.
No drum roll, okay. But yeah. So we're gonna talk about CM Punk and
that was great. That was good.
Talk about CM Punk a bit and if he'll ever return to wrestling. And so I was watching this interview that I posted on my Instagram story earlier, and this has a lot to do with CM Punk. And there's an article from Sportskeeda that says, "Will CM Punk ever return to wrestling?" And I really don't see CM Punk coming back to wrestling unless it's the right motivation, the right time and place, and the right money for it. And I think the way they would have to do that is to keep selling out arenas. AEW needs to keep selling out all across the United States. If CM Punk sees more of that, maybe he will consider coming back.
CM Punk will never come back. Let's get that straight first off. Now, Dave Meltzer reported that somebody bigger than Andrade may debut at the New York City show at Arthur Ashe Stadium. And, when it comes down to it and you really think about it, you can take CM Punk out of the equation. It's not happening. If he was going to join AEW, it would have happened at the first All Out in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Not happening, period. I think the only two that are bigger than Tessa or Andrade, that are bigger than Andrade is Tessa and Daniel Bryan. Those are the only two out there I think it could be. Now, there was a rumor that Tessa already did sign with AEW, and she has been very active in the ring again. So maybe it is her. That makes me think it's her. It could be a little hypocritical because AEW has said they would not sign anybody that is racist. There are a lot of reports of a lot of alleged situations that happened where Tessa has made some racist remarks towards some other wrestlers in Japan. And it wasn't Japanese wrestlers, it was other wrestlers. And I would agree that would be a little hypocritical if they banned Hulk Hogan for being racist. So I would love your opinion on who you think it is, and do you think that it could be a little hypocritical if they bring in Tessa?
I mean, it would be, but maybe somewhere in the middle, maybe a mix. I don't really know partly to say, but if AEW wants to put it past that, put all that in the past and forget about it, then maybe let bygones be bygones. Maybe they'll allow Tessa in.
Well, it's not up to her. I mean, it's not up to AEW if they let bygones be bygones. It's more of she has a tainted reputation. So I don't know. It's very interesting to see where it goes. Now we have a few minutes left. Alex, what is your finishing move?
So we have a big update on John Cena's WWE return, and the report is the movie thing is not a hurdle. He had been filming for a movie, and this is from Dave Meltzer. This is what I was told today. The movie thing is not a hurdle, and whatever it is, I don't know exactly what it is, but the belief is it's all going down. So the match is happening. So they're saying there's a report that John Cena versus Roman Reigns is happening, and that the movie dates won't get in they won't get in the middle of that. So this is supposed to happen at SummerSlam this year.
That would be really interesting. I think that'd be a great moment having Cena versus Roman. I would love to watch that. Well, anyway, my finishing move, it's probably my biggest pet peeve today in wrestling. And it's mainly coming from one particular fan base where they attack AEW for having all WWE guys. Where since the pandemic, since AEW started, WWE has released 98 wrestlers. Released or their contracts ended. AEW has only signed 14 of them. 14, that's a really small amount. And throughout their entire roster, from everyone who has an influence on the show, managers, people that work backstage, wrestlers, everybody, 25% to 30% are people who have worked for WWE. The narrative that they are TNA 2.0 because they are signing a bunch of guys from WWE, or that they are WCW 2.0 because they're signing a bunch of guys from WWE, needs to end. They are signing guys who are great talent that are leaving WWE. That is a major difference than what WCW and TNA did. TNA would sign anybody that was in WWE at one point. They would sign everybody. The biggest jobbers, they're not. AEW isn't signing the Mike Knox of WWE today. They're not doing that. They're not signing. They didn't sign Dustin Rhodes and Christian and immediately make them champion like WCW did with Hogan. They're not doing that. They're using these guys correctly. Even the legends that come in, they're coming in and they're being used correctly. Big Show and Mark Henry are coming in and they're working behind the scenes. Big Show is a commentator. This narrative is horrible and stupid, and it needs to end.
I agree. I think there needs to be a new outlook on that. Things need to change with that sort of outlook on announcers and people that are coming over from WWE, especially people who are retired and don't want to compete in the ring anymore. They want to do something different, but add a new outlook, a new journey on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this episode of Off the Mat. Before we go, here's Yep. Before we go, here's how you can download make sure to download the WWSRN app on Google Play and in the Apple App Store. It's absolutely free. You get all of our show articles, our show schedule. You get our live replays of all the different shows on the network. You get you get all the different articles and pieces from all of the columnists and hosts on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. And also, please check out the Off the Mat WWSRN website, which is available in the Off the Mat Twitter description. Click on that and it will take you to the Off the Mat website. We have a upcoming pay-per-view and show list. We have a special guest announcement page, and we have a show archive. So definitely, please check all of our stuff out. And for Alex Slows and Lyle Gillen, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And what do you have to say, Kenny Omega?
I must bid you adieu, so say with me now if you know it. Goodbye, and good night.
Thank you for listening to Off the Mat on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, your source for all things wrestling and sports entertainment. It is the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi,